going to have to be brutally pared back if we really want to see PlayStation 5 pushed to the max. But I think, we can talk about the hypotheticals all day, but fundamentally, this is not the PlayStation 5 dream that was sold to us. Going to have to be brutally pared back if we really want to see PlayStation 5 pushed to the max. But I think, we can talk about the hypotheticals all day, but fundamentally, this is not the PlayStation 5 dream that was sold to us. Going to have to be brutally pared back if we really want to see PlayStation 5 pushed to the max. But I think, we can talk about the hypotheticals all day, but fundamentally, this is not the PlayStation 5 dream that was sold to us. Going to have to be brutally pared back if we really want to see PlayStation 5 pushed to the max. But I think, we can talk about the hypotheticals all day, but fundamentally, this is not the PlayStation 5 dream that was sold to us. Going to have to be brutally pared back if we really want to see PlayStation 5 pushed to the max. But I think, we can talk about the hypotheticals all day, but fundamentally, this is not the PlayStation 5 dream that was sold to us. Going to have to be brutally pared back if we really want to see PlayStation.
I got to be honest with you guys. I'm extremely pissed off right now. I feel like, with this video, I have to center myself. I have to watch what I say. I am trying not to curse. I'm trying to abide by the rules and the guidelines of YouTube so that they can't find some type of reason to demonetize me, to shadow ban my channel, to penalize me. When last year in 2020, when we were dealing with the George Floyd incident and everybody was coming out talking about Black Lives Matter and we want to hear Black voices, they were not talking about mine. But please bear with me as I try my best not to use foul language anymore. This morning, I woke up and the first thing I did was go to the internet. When I went to the internet, I knew that there were going to be Ratchet and Clank reviews today. When I went to go check the internet, I was bombarded by Ratchet and Clank reviews. And by all means, I was highly offended. It's like, this is a crime, what they're doing. This is a crime, what they're doing to gaming. This is a crime that they're doing to us. I cannot believe that I'm turning on my websites and I'm seeing websites that I found reputable back in the day. GameSpot, IGN, G4 is back, and even they're jumping on the hype train. I remember when I used to watch G4, I found them to be the most credible of all the review sites, and now they are partaking in the bull crap. You mean to tell me that Ratchet and Clank, another Ratchet and Clank game, is 9s and 10s? 9s and 10s? Look at this. Look at this. I'm not bull crapping you. 9s and 10s. 9s and 10s for a Ratchet and Clank game? This is the lowest I believe I've ever seen gaming in my entire life. This is the saddest I think I've ever seen gaming in my entire life. That we have reached new lows, that we are starting to give. It's like, it's to the point now where I don't see any game that doesn't get below a goddamn 9 anymore. But Ratchet and Clank, some type of on rails experience. Literally, the character is on rails. The whole gameplay aspect of this game is literally just going straight. I can't make this up. VG 24/7, 5 out of 5, Perker score. Game beat, 5 out of 5. EGM, a 10, 9.5, 9.5, 9s. Excellent scores. Wow, we reached a new low, people. How did we get to a point where in gaming where we've lost connect with the reviewers and the gamers? We've lost complete and utter connect with the reviewers and the gamers nowadays. We don't see eye to eye anymore. When I was coming up, there was a sense of objectivity. When I was growing up, the reviews, they were willing to give you the pros and the cons. I literally just watched a review for 15 minutes, and there was absolutely no cons of this game. There was no problems. Watch, we're going to go into them. We are literally living in a sad state of gaming. And I don't want to hear from the trolls telling me, I mean, did you play the game yet? I mean, come on, you got to play the game to know. Come on, how many warnings do I say? How many of these goddamn warning videos do I have to come out with? And I tell you not to buy the game, and then you stupidly go out there and buy the game. Not many of you. Let me not put that out there. Let me not go out there and say that there's a gang of you guys just going out there and buying Sony exclusives. Let's not go that far. But come on, guys, we literally been down this road already. We have literally been down this road already. The gaming community is a complete embarrassment of what we went through last year in 2020 when they were giving all the awards, every single award, except for gameplay. Every single award went to The Last of Us 2, and we as gamers, we did not believe it one way, no how. You can go to Metacritic right now, unless they cut off our reviews, but you can go to Metacritic right now. You can look at your local GameStop right now. You can go to your local Walmart, and you will see bargain bins clogged up the wazoo for The Last of Us 2. Nobody enjoyed The Last of Us 2 whatsoever. It was a complete embarrassment to gaming. It was a complete embarrassment to gamers. There is no way in the world that in 2021 that we should be listening to these review sites anymore. 9s and 10s for Ratchet and Clank. 9s and 10s for Ratchet and freaking Clank. Are you freaking kidding me? Complete insanity. We have lost our freaking minds. What's going on here? Am I in some type of bizarro world? What happened? Did I traverse to another dimension, a dimension of weirdos where they go around overrating some of the worst games known to man? I feel like Charleston Heston when he went to another dimension and it was nothing but monkeys walking around. Come to find out, he was already in the same dimension. He never left. Am I the Charleston Heston of the gaming community right now? I'm thinking I left to go somewhere, but I really didn't. Am I really surrounded by so many freaking idiots that they're really falling for this bull crap? I mean, some of the most credible review sites here that I used to love these guys growing up back in the day, man. They were the ones that molded and sculpted Zombie 70 that you see here today. And even if I didn't agree when they were giving the 7s and the 6s to JRPGs, when they were giving the 7s and the 6s to the Grand Theft Autos, when they were giving the 7s and the 6s to SmackDown, the wrestling game, even still, the review was so objective. It was so on point. Their cons of the games were so efficient that I had no choice but to respect it. Nowadays, IGN literally has no cons. There are 0 cons for a game that is literally just go straight. And then you can strafe left and right. You got it. I swear, you guys have to see. You have to see this with your old eyes. You're not going to believe me screaming and ranting and going crazy on the microphone. No, you have to see it. Thank the Most High for allowing me access to StreamYards and able to finally bring together my notes and a collage so I can literally show you now. Because before, when I was coming off at the top of the dome and telling you guys that this is what's going to happen, you didn't believe me. Speaking of, look at this. Zostradamus strikes again. Zostradamus strikes again. Oh my God. Zombie 7. This was June 3rd. We're currently on June 9th or whatever. What are we on? This was June 3rd. With God of War Ragnarok and Horizon Forbidden West getting delayed to 2022, 2023. Yes, mark my words. Horizon Forbidden West and God of War will be delayed until 2023. Mark my words right now. Expect Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart to get overrated by pro Sony websites to keep interest within the PlayStation. Say that one more time. With God of War Ragnarok and Horizon Forbidden West getting delayed to 2022, 2023, expect Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart to get overrated by pro Sony websites to keep interest within the PlayStation. Now, there's the catch. There's the catch, ladies and gentlemen. If you missed it, to keep interest within the PlayStation. Why do they have to keep interest within the PlayStation? Because every single week, we consistently get bad news after bad news after bad news when it pertains to PlayStation, losing complete interest in the company and our brand. Sony continues to lie, they continue to cheat us, and they continue to steal from us. And it looks like these gaming review sites are picking up on those bad habits. So in order to keep interest within the gaming community, they have to sit out here and they have to sit and lie to us and tell us that this, oh my God, you have to buy. They even say this in the reviews. They even say this in the reviews. You have to buy a PlayStation 5 to truly enjoy the next-gen experience with Ratchet and Clank. I heard somebody in the review say that it was better than Bloodborne. I nearly... Oh. What has happened to gaming? What has happened? What has happened? This Why? Why must they continue to do this? They're destroying what I love. I'm sorry, we do not live in a perfect world. Everything can't be perfect. Everything can't be 9s and 10s. And especially when Sony exclusives for over 20 years never got over a goddamn 6. Now they're some of the greatest games known to man. You mean to tell me? Hold on. You mean to tell me that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, a mediocre gaming experience where you're literally going left to right and straight, a mediocre gaming experience, something that you will play, you will buy on Friday, not many of you. You will buy on Friday and you will drop on Saturday. The game's only 3 to 4 hours long, and you're still going to drop it. So you mean to tell me that Ratchet and Clank is up there with the titans of the greatest video games of all time, like Zelda Ocarina of Time, Zelda Breath of the Wild, the Grand Theft Autos, Skyrim? You mean to tell me that this game right here is up there with the greatest video games of all time? Is that what you're telling me with these scores? Because that's the point I'm trying to prove to you guys. That's the point I'm trying to prove to you guys. You mean to tell me that these games will test the test of time? This is the Final Fantasy VII of video games. This is what you're telling me? This is the Chrono Trigger. This game right here is going to change the world. From here on out, you're going to be seeing developers all over the world copying Insomniac. This game will be forgotten by Saturday. Mark my words. It's already forgotten. It's already forgotten. My God. Oh, my God. I damn near had an aneurysm today by sitting and flicking and scrolling. And I said, am I the only one that sees this right now? I remember one of the commenters in the comment section, one of my supporters, he said, Zobi70, you have the glasses from They Lived. And I thought that was such an amazing comment. Go to my chat room, make sure everybody's all right. Before we move on to the next thing, what's going on? What's going on? Well, listen. I'm not even going to entertain that. Everybody hit the thumbs up button. Like I said, Sony, YouTube, all of them are plotting against me. They don't want me telling the truth. They don't want me opening eyes. So in order for us to defeat Sony and YouTube, we have to hit the thumbs up button. We have to show support. We have to comment. Hit the dislike button as well. Please, if you hate me, please do that for me. Do me that solid. Don't just come in and not do nothing. Steal my style and then take off and then start regurgitating my same narratives on your channel. Oh, we got a lot to get into. I am freaking pissed off. Oh, God. In a time, here we go. In a time when sneering iconic detachments remains in fashion, and somebody got, what the hell? In a time when sneering, ironic detachment remains in fashion, Insomniac Games has created the rare modern masterpiece. What? With no convoluted agenda, no subtext. But you rewarded The Last of Us 2 with your convoluted agendas. You awarded The Last of Us 2. You gave it 9s and 10s. You gave it all the awards. You gave it every goddamn word except for gameplay. That went to somewhere else. I believe it went to Hades. Now convoluted agendas are corny and tired and played out. Make up your freaking mind. No subtext. Just so many reasons to smile and laugh. The best PlayStation exclusive since Bloodborne. Oh, God. So you mean to tell me that for the past couple years, since Bloodborne came out back in 2014, that you have been overrating these Sony exclusives? Isn't that what I said? Isn't that what I said was the last good game that Sony had was Bloodborne? Isn't that what I freaking said? And everybody wants to say I'm trolling. Isn't this what I said? The last good game was Bloodborne. So you mean to tell me Ratchet and Clank has took it to the levels of Bloodborne? Ratchet and Clank? 9s and 10s? These review sites have lost their mother freaking minds. This is from the Washington Post. Hold on, but wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. Oh, God, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. We got a lot to talk about back. I just want to get into these reviews. I got to get into these reviews. With over 50 critic reviews, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is starting out the mighty and is currently #1 game of 2021 so far. It's the #1 rated game, right? #1 rated game by all the review sites. You got to buy a PlayStation 5 now. You got to buy it now. Don't worry about all that negative news. Don't worry about Sony lying to you. Don't worry about Sony not being at E3 showing you off new and improved games. What you need to worry about is the Ratchet and Clank and how it's the #1 Metacritic video. It's the highest reviewed. It's the best reviewed game. Meanwhile, the review sites have let us down with The Last of Us 2. Did they not? With a 92 Pro critic review logged so far, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart PS5 is sitting at a Metacritic score of 89. At its core, it's still your trusty old pals on another grand space adventure, and that's what's important. Yeah. Another Ratchet and Clank game experience that is being paraded around by some of the biggest weirdos in gaming. But that's okay. We're finally waking up. Huh? We're finally waking up to the lies. Shout out to J Rock. I'm going to use a lot of J Rock's Twitter. What do you call this? Collages or whatever. Because J Rock is on the ground. He's you know, you watch CNN and they got your guys who are in the studio. Well, I'm in the studio, but then sometimes you got your guys on the ground that's doing the footwork. And I feel like J Rock does an outstanding job when it pertains to being on the ground and doing the footwork, making my job a lot more easier to expose the lies that are being propagated in our community. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, currently right now, I am currently working on my own website where there's nothing more than just objective reviews, honest reviews. And I can't wait till that site takes off and becomes the #1 website. And we won't get there by sitting there and tickling the taints of weirdos. No. We will get there with hard work, determination, and 100% pro-truth. But like I said, J Rock is on the ground. He's doing the footwork. And, you know, they're telling you, well, this is the reason you got to go. This is the true next-gen experience. This is the reason why you need to pay $70, man. This is the true reason why. Meanwhile, you're buying your games and your games can't even meet the requirements. Minimum resolution, 60% of 4K. Hold on. Typical resolution, 1080p, 2160. Meanwhile, we got our people on the ground. Quality mode barely can even reach 30 frames per second. barely can even reach 30 frames per second. And this is the reason, this is next gen people. This is the reason why you're spending $70. According to Sony, they need that extra $70 because they're going to be giving you quality. And they can't even reach 30 frames per second. I know 3DS games that can reach 30 frames per second. I know Nintendo Switch exclusives that can reach 60 frames per second locked. Monster Hunter Rise online mode is better than this. Look at this. That little line is just a wiggling and a waggling. It can barely stay stable. This is the reason why you're paying $70, ladies and gentlemen. But wait, there's more. This idiot right here said, Ratchet and Clank ripped apart, looks and feels like a next, not Tom Warren. I like him. He's regurgitating. He's just showing, he's doing the footwork and letting me know that these review sites are full of crap, especially The Verge. Ratchet and Clank ripped apart, looks and feels like a next-gen game. What the hell is a looking, feeling next-gen game feel like? Why do people think we're stupid or something? Why do people think we don't have eyes of our own, that we can look at it and tell this is not a next-gen experience? It's nothing more than just a PlayStation 4 Pro. Not only that, Sony came out and told us that first they lied, and then they had to rechange their lie and say that they're building their games from the ground up from the PlayStation 4. It's a technical title to showcase for the PlayStation 5 with 4K, 30 frames per second, and 60 frames per second RT modes. Well, that's a lie. Digital Foundry said that it barely can reach 30 frames per second. Ratchet and Clank ripped apart is the next gen Uncharted by the way of Pixar. Haven't they been saying that these stupid Ratchet and Clank games are like Pixar games for almost 10 years now, and yet they're still clogging up your bargain bins? This isn't no damn Pixar game. And I can believe it's Uncharted because Uncharted's trash. But Pixar, when you watch a Pixar movie, you know that there's going to be a sense of quality and care when it comes to their films. I don't see that here. Things are starting to get out of control in our gaming community, and it needs to stop. And there has to be somebody that come out and say something, put their lives on the line. And I don't care if I get called angry or mad or troll or whatever. At the end of the day, I'm doing the work. I have to do this work. The Most High told me to. The same thing happened to Jesus Christ himself. Jesus Christ went out there and gave the word. And guess what? They crucified him. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Here we go. J-Rock, like I said, doing the work. Look what was advertised, guys. Look what was advertised. Whoa. Holy smokes. Look what was advertised. You're looking at that and you're going, wow. The fur, right? The guns, the laser beams, the explosions. And look what we're getting. Huh? And look what we're getting in reality, guys. Look at this. How much is the media and Sony going to continue to lie to us? The lying is just getting out of control. Look at this. It looks like a damn PS2 game. Oh, man, I tried so hard to hold that laugh in. I couldn't do it. Shout out to J-Rock. He's on the floor. He's on the ground doing the hard work. Look at this. Look what we're getting. What you guys are paying your $70 for. PS2 graphics. In all due reality, actually, this is what we're actually getting, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Now, this is reality right here. Look what we're actually getting. Oh God. $70? Look at this. This isn't as advertised. Look at this. The hell? This is like a PlayStation 3 game. Look at this. Look at this. What the? This isn't as advertised. This looks absolutely nothing like what they showed us when it pertains to this picture right here. When it pertains to this picture right here, when it was whatever this picture is, that's the true next gen experience, and that isn't from the PlayStation 5. Where is this coming from? I would believe it if it was come from the Xbox Series X more than the PlayStation 5. Let's stop playing around. Nines and tens, right? But wait, there's more. Look at this. This is what you're the power of your SSD. This is the power of your SSD right here. You're caught in some type of time loop. The game can't even load up. The SSD is so small and cheap and badly made that Ratchet and Clank is caught in some type of time drift. $70. Expect more. Expect when the gamers finally get their hands, because they were conned into buying that garbage. Expect more. Expect a lot of the gamers to be really showing off a lot of glitches. I'm expecting console breakdowns. I'm expecting videos to people demanding their money back, especially coming from hardcore Sony fans. Wait, watch. Wait till Friday. Wait till Saturday. We don't have to wait long. We don't have to wait 2 or 3 months from now. We don't have to wait till the game's free. Watch. The PlayStation 5 is not a gaming console. That thing can barely play games. Returnal is falling apart. There's so many videos of MLB The Show that MLB The Show was built from the ground up for the PlayStation. It can't even run that piece of crap. But wait, there's more. Look at this. Look what they advertise, guys. Whoa! Look at the fangs, the drool, and the spit coming out of that demon's mouth. Look how well detailed the little furry looking creature looks. And then look what we're really going to get. $70 right there. Those are the 9s and 10s right there. This is the greatest game known to man right there. Watch. Chat room, hold on. I'm coming to you in a second. I'm coming to the chat room in a second. Yeah. Look at this. Oh my God. Let me go to my chat room. Yeah. Yeah. Things are getting completely out of hand, and I am shocked that this gaming community is not calling it out. Why am I the only one that's calling this out? What's going on over there at Sony that we continue to protect this company that doesn't even care about us? I'm getting attacked by my own black people. Black people are attacking me because I'm coming after Jim Ryan. They're taking personal attacks at me. I'm talking about Sony and Jim Ryan lying, and then they're talking about me personally. Why is it? I feel like I'm in some type of simulation where I have to go through. First, I got to go through the hoodlings, the you know what I mean, the goons. I feel like I'm in Street Fighter. Street Fighter, where you got to go against the typical Street Fighters. Then you got to go up against M. Bison's goons. Then you got to go after M. Bison. But right now, I feel like when I'm doing these YouTube videos, I'm always constantly being attacked and bombarded by my own Black people. Why do Black people hate me so much? Because I'm coming after Sony. I thought Black people would be on my side because of what Sony did to Michael Jackson. I was looking in the comment section of my last video. There was 12 to 4 coon spooks with ashy lips taking nothing but the most hateful and vile, disgusting shots at me. But that's the beginning stage. A lot of people say, oh my God, the white man, the white man, the white man. You guys fall for that. But I don't believe that. I believe when I get past the first stage, there will be some sort of bison goon I have to go up against. But nobody talks about how your own people will take you down for a toy. Oh, right on cue. Right on cue. Before we go there, hold on. Right on cue. Where should I leave it, guys? Where should I leave it? Right. I'm about to bore you guys real quick because I'm going to have somebody else talk. But I need to analyze this video and I need you guys to see it. We're going to go into the video analysis section. And I need you guys to listen up. I need you to take your fingers, get the sugar daddies out of your ear, pluck it out. And I really need you to listen. This is IGN. Just like I said in my last video, they were going to find some soy boy. They found the guy that gave The Last of Us 2 a 10 out of 10. They found that guy to do this. He seems to be reviewing all of the Sony exclusives. Never in my life have I seen a man with a voice so high. That's concerning for me. I don't trust men with high voices. I trust men with deep voices, masculine voices.
Ratchet and Clank have been doing the whole saving the universe thing.
The video only played for 5 seconds and I can't take it.
Have been doing the whole saving the universe thing for quite some time, and their latest adventure, Rift Apart, amusingly acknowledges that right from the start.
Also, pay attention to this. He's going to be using some of the most obscure and some of the biggest words known to man, and it's really not that deep when it pertains to Ratchet and Clank. It's really not that deep, homie. I understand. I know why you do it. I broke it down years ago, and the reason why they like to use some of the biggest and most obscure words when it pertains to a ape escape or something like that. You know what I mean? The only reason they do it is because they feel like you people are idiots. They know if they use big words, stupid people like you are going to go, duh, well, that was very professional. And meanwhile, he didn't say nothing. I guaranteed you. This video is only 8 minutes long. He says absolutely nothing. Watch.
But the duo's age doesn't show at all, thanks to an amazing multi-dimensional trip unlike anything the series has done before. It's a gorgeous and expertly crafted example of what PS5 exclusives can look and play like, as well as Insomniac's most heartfelt and hilarious story in years.
This is extremely unnecessary.
Oh, dear God, this gameplay. This gameplay is embarrassing. strafing left to right, riding on a rail, hitting characters with a hammer, 9s and 10s. Come on, come on, come on.
Whether you're new to swinging Ratchet's wrench or a veteran of the Dread Zone, Rift Apart's mix of third-person shooting and
we're all new. This guy's talking about if we're new or a veteran. There are no veterans. Stop. We're all new. We barely even know who the characters are. If the game wasn't called Ratchet and Clank, I would have no clue who these characters are. They're not household names. Nintendo characters are household names. Even if the game is new, even if the game is a new IP like Splatoon, we know the characters' names. Why? Because we spend more time with the characters, which making them household names. You can easily put about 5 to 6 to 1,000 hours into Splatoon alone. Ratchet and Clank will not last longer than Saturday, and the game comes out Friday. Mark my words, you will not know who these characters are if the game was not called Ratchet and Clank. They got some new character that nobody even knows about and will be forgotten.
platforming is immediately easy to understand. Ratchet has always been a series about exploration and combat, and thanks
Exploration? What? You just go straight.
to the dip-free stability of the 30 frames per second fidelity mode, the latter in particular has never felt so good. And while I've only gotten to spend a bit of time with them so far, the performance and performance ray tracing modes are even smoother at a steady 60 frames per second. I'm completely okay with sacrificing some.
When was the last time you bought a game for ray tracing, 60 frames per second? You know what? I'm going to go to the chat room for this because I need to know. Yo, Ballin' Harder, yo. Thank you so much. Is that the guy who gave Uncharted 4 a 10 out of 10 Masterstroke rating? Yeah, it's the same guy. Same dude. He did The Last of Us 2. He did Uncharted 4. The man's on a roll. And he's insane. I'm going to go to the chat room. Chat room. What was my point? When was the last time you bought a game for ray tracing? Thank you so much, Ballin' Harder, for the donation. I appreciate that so much. Guys, please, please. When was the last time you had bought a game for ray tracing, haptic feedback, 60 frames per second, locked? When was the last time? When was the last time? Because it doesn't seem like it's affecting the Nintendo sales. The Nintendo sales are selling out of the wazoo. Every game, Nintendo has 10 games right now that are currently outselling all PlayStation 4 exclusives combined. And these are facts. When was the last time that sold you? When was the last, because I know it's not going to sell you here. What was the last game, guys? I don't even know what it is. Please, guys, listen to the garbage.
Some of the visual effects on my challenge mode run, thanks to how well the higher frame rate keeps up with Rift Apart's controlled chaos. That sensation of never slowing down is also thanks to the spectacular load times, which are, as promised, practically non-existent.
Load times? This is 2021. This is 2021. When was the last time anybody complained about some load times? This is egregious. This is disgusting. You see, this is the reason. Now this is the reason to use those words that the liberals like to use, like disgusting and all the other crap. This is when you use it. When was the last time anybody complained about some damn load times?
Cheap Steve, despite the fact that this is the prettiest PS5 game yet, and probably one of the best looking games I've ever played. Back in the day, we used to see all these Ratchet and Clank looks almost like a Pixar movie comparisons. And with
you guys were the only ones saying that garbage. We never said that. We never said that because we never bought it. You got to buy the game to make that a comparison. Even so, I never even heard a Sony fanboy say that garbage. Sony fanboys were warm. Check this out, guys. Sony fanboys were more into knack than they were Ratchet and Clank ever. Sony fanboys were more into knack than they ever been into Ratchet and Clank. And knack had none of that. It didn't have ray tracing. It had 60 frames per second. The damn game was barely 10 frames per second. And I know Sony fanboys that got behind knack more than they ever got behind Ratchet and Clank. So to hear the gaming media, to hear Sony fanboys get behind this it's egregious. It's disgusting. It's lies. It's more lies coming from the top. Jim Ryan is a liar, so it's going to trickle down to everybody else.
Part's impressive use of ray tracing reflections and other graphical updates, this series has just about kept pace.
They're talking about everything but the damn game. I have no idea what this game is about. Your job is to sell me on this game, and I have no idea what this game is about. You're talking about things that I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Is this a good game or not? We're literally giving this game 9 to 10 because of your experience with ray tracing and how beautiful the game looks and haptic feedback and all this other stuff. This complete nonsense. Since when did this become gaming? I refuse to allow this to be gaming. I refuse to allow this to be gaming. I refuse. I stand here and I stand strong and I refuse to allow this to be gaming. Luckily, this game won't sell. Let's keep moving.
With Pixar's recent work in Incredibles 2 and Soul, A Rift Apart also gives Pixar a run for its money in its ability to tell an emotional story while also maintaining its excellent comedy.
Now the game's better than the Pixar movie.
Can't anyone print instruction manuals anymore?
While it's the funniest game I've played in some time, the writing strikes just the right balance between that comedy and the heartfelt...
Now it's the funniest game of all time. Jeez, this game's got it going on. Can I know what the game is now, please? My God. Now it's a comedy, right? Sony exclusives are everything but video games. Oh my God, man, it's a great movie, man. Whoa, oh my God, it's a visual masterpiece, man. Oh my God, it's a comedy, man.
The silly and the sincere. What is this? The story's exploration of the multiverse sees the debut of Rivet, a playable parallel of Ratchet who proves to be one of Insomniac's best-written characters
That was
ever,
Rivet.
and yet another memorable performance from voice acting veteran Jennifer Hale.
Ready to kick some robo-butt?
Rivet's characterization isn't just a gender swap. She's a distinctive personality all her own, with unique wants, hopes, and problems, including trust issues
Who cares? Why? Who cares? Now they're going into the backstory of a fictional character. Why have we never done this for Zelda? Why have we never done this for Link? Why have we never done this for Mario? Why have we never done this for Pokemon Red? Why have we never done this to Master Chief? Why have we never done this for all the games? Why is it when it pertains to Sony exclusives, we have to really just you got to dive deep into these personalities of generic characters that you're only going to spend about 3 hours with? They did this crap with Nathan Drake. They did this crap with Ellie. They did this crap with Abigail. They did this crap with Joel. They're doing it with Ratchet and Clank. Tell me about the game, you tool.
That come from years of fighting without a parallel Clank by her side. I can't imagine a new Ratchet and Clank without her now, and the series is all the better for it. While it's a little disappointing that Rivet doesn't get her own set of moves, it at least means you don't have to worry about upgrading and equipping the two protagonists independently when you land on a new planet and are automatically switched from one to the other. None of that is to say the headline...
Wait, that sounds cool. He says, luckily, you're not playing a video game. When I got my two characters and I'm unlocking skills and I'm going through the skill and I want to see which skill is best for that character and or my playing style, you mean to tell me that's not there? Thankfully, that's not there. What the hell is going on? Does this guy even play video games? It sounds like he doesn't because he plays Uncharted and The Last of Us. I don't see anything wrong when I land to a new, when I go to the next storyline to play as a generic character that I would barely know his name, where I have to sit there and pick the skills. There's nothing wrong with that. He's telling me that, oh, thank God they took away gameplay features. Thank God they took away gameplay features. That's what he's trying to sell me the game on. When I play a JRPG, that's all I do. I go from one character, go to the main character. I'm switching and moving out skills and seeing what skills best fit this character, right? If I'm playing Persona, okay, this character can play with this persona right here, but let me switch out his personas and do this, you know? When I'm playing Dragon Quest, okay, these skills go here. Okay, this armor piece goes there. Okay, I'm switching that out. And then move to the next character and do the same exact thing. Then I'm going to the store and I'm buying pieces to equip my characters with. Now, this tool over there at IGN is telling me those features aren't there, and thank God. Wait, you mean to tell me I can't, no gameplay features, and that's a thank God moment? Oh my God. You know, the biggest lie that has ever been told to us that Sony had exclusives. Why do I say that? Because who the hell wants to play this garbage? Who the hell even asked for this garbage? Who in their right mind was sitting around and said, you know what, man, we need a sequel to Ratchet and Clank, man. Right now, Metroid is receiving death threats because if they don't show something Metroid at E3, there's going to be a problem. And hold on, Zoe. Anita Shark, that girl, she received a sexual comment. Man, please, because of the delay of God of War. Oh, please stop. That was from inside. That was coming from Sony because she never showed who the guy was. Notice, go back and look at that person that left that quote unquote disgusting comment. Go back and look. Who was it from? Why was she covering the name up? If there was a name. It sounds like it was a cover-up. You lied about God of War being on the PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 5 being built up from the ground up for the PlayStation 5. You lied about that. There was absolutely no hype for the PlayStation. There's no holiday games for the PlayStation. So in order for us to use the sympathy card, Sony wants to go into their new narrative, and that is creating agendas. And all of a sudden, this mysterious comment came out of nowhere. It's 2021. The internet's been around forever. Nasty and disgusting comments have been going on forever. I go to these pictures with these girls. They're butthole naked on the internet. And some of the comments in the comment section are egregious. And I don't even see them flipping out over that. Gameplay doesn't matter anymore, according to the IGN staff.
Duo gets the short end of the intergalactic stick. Ratchet's internal struggle over whether he actually wants to find the rest of his cat-like Lombax race looms large, while Clank's own sense of self-worth in the face of injury is moving. Rift Apart has a surprisingly deft approach to dealing with mental health topics among its entire cast.
I thought there wasn't no agendas. Washington Post said that there was no agendas here. IGN staff said there's an agenda here. This game wants to tackle mental health and bullying. Now we're using the mental health hustle. Hey. Do I have your attention now?
That feel honest and deep, and it's all wrapped up in this exciting, bright, and bubbly adventure. The stunning graphics and excellent storytelling are backed by Mark Mothersbaugh's great score. It sounds like a cousin of his fantastic Thor Ragnarok work, mixing familiar franchise themes with new orchestral takes in a series of synth-laden pieces. Moment-to-moment gameplay also has new nuances for returning fans to explore. Ratchet and Rivet's movement has been fine-tuned since the 2016 reboot on PS4, and simple additions like a beautifully animated dash move and wall running make a world of difference.
Dashing and wall running
allows for trickier and more intricate platforming sections and more varied collectible placement, but it brings new refinements to combat as well. The dodge ability allows the Lombaxes to face incoming attacks, and timing a dash just right to get in close and deal big damage is a consistent new thrill. I found that I've used Ratchet's wrench a lot less frequently in Rift Apart than I did in previous games because of the increased scale of battles. You need to be more clever with your array of wacky weaponry, and the rifts scattered throughout come in handy both for battles and scouring the environment. It's certainly reminiscent of jumping through a portal in, well, Portal. But the effect of the new location hurtling towards you, coupled with the DualSense's haptics, gives rifts their own distinct flair, while adding much more tactical variety to combat than the series has ever seen. And Rift Apart's arsenal of weapons let you make the most of those opportunities, especially with some instant classics like the Topiary Sprinkler and the Ricochet. Because you're facing more enemies at a time than in the previous games, and often different combinations of them, I also found myself switching between weapons more than ever before. That leads to a satisfying loop of offensive, defensive, and crowd control maneuvers that keeps combat lively throughout. These weapons are, of course, where you'll also get the most use out of the DualSense's haptics. Each weapon...
I like that. You know, that's what you just said is interesting. Why did Sly Cooper and Jack Dexter die out, but this still lives? You know, you are so accurate about what you're saying right now. That's extremely accurate, because I actually hear you guys say, you know, I want another Ratchet and excuse me, I've never heard you say you want another Ratchet and Clank. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But you guys always do say you want another Sly or you want another Jack and Dexter. You've been saying that. I will give you guys props on that. I did hear you people say that. Mario, what's going on, buddy? Nice name. And yet we continue to get another Ratchet and Clank, another Odd World. Just more and more garbage that we don't like. Yeah, thank you, Fabian. He's saying nothing. He's not saying anything. You really cannot watch that review and really get a full understanding of what the hell is this game about. You're more confused than you did when before the review came out. Mario, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that 1,000%. Also, I like your name. It's a good name. It's a strong name, powerful name, a well-selling name. Doesn't need the media to sit here and irradiate us, regurgitate us. He's babbling, guys. He's completely babbling. I'm done with him. I'm completely done because I have another video I want to show you. I'm getting in trouble for this one, guys, but I have to show you this video because it's concerning. Wait a minute. Before we get there, hold up. Before we get there, I'm so glad I didn't move on before. We're going to finish the video off with this video. We're not going to finish this whole video. We're going to finish off IGN. Yo, I'm telling you, check this out, yo. I'm so glad I didn't move off because it just popped into my head because, yo, I swear to God, like this right here, what I'm about to show you guys is further proof that Sony, this is Sony. This is all Sony. Sony really wants to sell you on this. And it's getting sickening. I remember they were trying to sell us on this garbage before the PlayStation came out. PlayStations were crashing left and right. The games were completely mediocre. They got to create bots just to fill in people to play with one loser, right? And like, for some strange reason, they really want to get behind this. But for those of us who've been gaming, we're going to completely debunk this narrative within this video, and I don't want to ever hear it again. Even though you guys, I never heard anybody say, "Yo, Zobi, I know you talking all that hate on Sony, man, but once you get a chance to experience this, man, nobody ever did this ever." But listen to this, please. We're gonna do this, and then the next video I'm going to show you is going to get me in trouble. But I'm willing to take that trouble.
Each weapon's firepower from the
Check this out.
wild rooms of the Enforcer.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna play the screen. Sorry, I'm laughing at y'all. Let me share it. I'm gonna share the screen and check this out. Check this out. We're gonna debunk this today. It's over. It's done. It's finished. This narrative is over. Check this out.
The short blips of the burst pistol is mirrored in the controller's advanced rumble.
Check this out. Look at this. Look. Look.
Naturally,
All right. That's how I know this is Sony. I know when they got their checklist of things that they can and not say about this game, I guaranteed you Sony was like, hey, make sure you talk about the haptic feedback in the review. Can you do that for us? Kind of real gamer in their right mind would show that off. Let me show it off one more time. Expanded, full version. Y'all got to see this. You have to see the bull crap where we're going with gaming now. You got to see where the bull crap.
Mirrored in the controller's advanced rumble.
Look at this.
Naturally, rift apart.
Y'all saw that? Let me go to the chat room real quick. Let me go to the chat room. Hold on. Yo. Yes. 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 I'm with like-minded people. I'm with email. I am around like-minded people. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, email. Thank you. Thank you, Sly. Thank you, Sly. Hydrate, got you. Thank you. Thank you. Fabian, thank you. Tells a calorie. You said it too? Guys, I remember the Wiimote was doing shit like that. And I remember when the Wiimote was doing it, it was considered a dangerous gimmick. Right? This is coming from the gaming media. The gaming media destroyed the Wiimote, and the Wiimote was doing things like that. That's 30 to 40-year-old technology. When Nintendo finds a way to sculpt and mold and transform the controller, all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, come on, man. We just want to play the game, man. We just want to play the game. Why are you wasting our time, man? Right? Right? When Sony does it, all of a sudden it's like this revolution. All of a sudden, the IGN reviewers have to stop the game, the review, and show you his decrepit hand holding down the R trigger, and it's making noises. That's not impressive. I remember when I saw that 15 years ago on the Wii, when I was playing Wii Sports, and I believe I was swinging the thing, and it wasn't reacting to a touch of the trigger. It was reacting to the way I would move my Wiimote, and it was making the wind sound, right? That's impressive. 15 years ago. Now it's pathetic. You know what else is 10 times better than that? I'm old. I'm an old fart. Some of you might not know what I'm talking about, but let me educate. The Dreamcast controller. The Dreamcast controller was a controller. It was two controllers in one. You had the controller and then you had the memory card. The memory card was, you can literally detach the memory card, and if you had a save spot for certain games, you were able to take your games on the go with the Dreamcast controller. I remember when I was playing Sonic Adventures for the first time, and I was transferring my KOs, or whatever you call those little demonic creatures. I was transferring them to my Dreamcast controller memory card, and I was raising them like a goddamn chia pet. That's impressive to me. That's gaming, keeping the gaming experience going. Finding new ways to expand and contrast gaming. But you mean to tell me that's what we need to marvel over? That's what I'm paying $70 for? That's the 9s and 10s are for? What's 12 feet tall saying? Somebody keeps saying facts, 12 feet tall. I keep missing it. Bucky, peace out, brother. What is going on? What is going on, guys? Is it just me, or is it a conspiracy? Am I going too far? Am I jumping out of the window for no reason? Or do you think we have a valid case here? Is Sony paying these guys? Why are these guys trying so hard to protect Sony? I already told you, going back to what I said before, due to the how horrible the PlayStation 5 has been marketed, They were going to go extra hard with Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank, I told you guys they were going to do it. You took it as trolling. And man, they are going hard. Yeah. Imagine being in your room with those controller noises. Yeah. Let me get back to my notes, guys. Oh, my slides. How's everybody doing tonight? Is you guys hitting the like button and all that fancy jazz? We have to save gaming one day at a time, guys. It's not going to. We're not going to be able to save gaming in one night. But the hard work that we do here, we will save it. Oh, Mr. Go Along to get along. This is going to get me in trouble. But this guy right here, he's starting to concern me. Now, I'm not saying we should jump out of the window and start spreading negativity towards this guy. But something is concerning me. So I want to make sure that I create a backlog so that I just don't jump out of the window and people just start thinking that I'm just attacking a good man. But there are some red flags on the play. And I saw it. My antenna started to go up when he put out a tweet saying, all gamers should enjoy all consoles equally. At the end of the day, I'm having fun. How the hell are you having fun with the PlayStation 5? How? Nobody else is. You trying to make me go out there and waste my hard-earned money on some garbage that might brick on me? And if I call Sony, they're going to block me? Like they did Amazing Lucas?
Ready to go back. I'm ready. When I look at Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, this is the best game that I have played in 2021. Hands down.
Why does he look scared? Is he sweating? He seems nervous. He concerns me, guys. I'm not saying he's not a Mr. Go Along to get along. Spreading positivity in 2021 when everybody else is negative, but we got to be positive. And what I do is not negativity. What I do is the Lord's work.
From the visuals to the music, the voice acting.
But what about the game? What about the game? What about the video game? We're buying a video game and nobody wants to talk about the game. IGN doesn't want to talk about it. Mr. Go Along to get along doesn't want to talk about it. What about the game?
This is the best game that I have played in 2021.
Monster Hunter Rise is the best game that has been played in 2021. Not only that, people are still playing it. Ratchet and Clank Ripped Apart will not last past Saturday.
Down. From the visuals to the music, the voice acting, the well-written story, the gameplay loop that's in here, some of the puzzle elements that you have, the boss encounters. This is literally why you would buy a PlayStation 5.
Okay, this man is high. I need to buy a PlayStation 5 for Ratchet and Clank. This is complete insanity.
It is. I mean, you can talk Returnal and Astro's Playroom and some of the other games, but those are niche games that aren't for everyone. When Insomniac was able to pull off PlayStation 5. It is. I mean, you can talk Returnal and Astro's Playroom and some of the other games, but those are niche games that aren't for everyone. This is literally why you would buy a PlayStation 5. It is. I mean, you can talk Returnal and Astro's Playroom and some of the other games, but those are niche games that aren't for everyone. It is. I mean, you can talk Returnal and Astro's Playroom and some of the other games, but those are niche games that aren't for everyone.
No, there's sound. I just want you guys to read. You know, you guys want to read. That's, you know, you don't got to talk all the time. I don't trust a man that sits there and talks for 2 to 3 hours and just doesn't be quiet, doesn't get a drink of water. I don't trust that person. Babbling off at the mouth. I just want you guys to read. He said those were niche games that weren't for everybody when it pertains to the Returnal. Come on, listen, Mr. Go Along to Get Along. I get it. Spreading positivity. Now that I can talk about it, Returnal, let's address the 800-pound gorilla in the room. Is it worth $70? Yes. Game of the Year contender. It seems like every game he plays is a Game of the Year contender. Can we trust people like that? Has created a AAA roguelike with visuals, feedback, and nothing to do with gameplay. Feedback, sound, using the DualSense or the Pulse 3D audio. The hell does that mean? In my opinion, it's the complete PS5 experience. He said those were niche. Right here, he's saying it's Game of the Year contender. It's worth the $70. And now hindsight 2020, Returnal is not worth none of those 70. This is before Returnal came out. He's saying this now before Ratchet and Clank came out. Y'all ran out because of his recommendation to go buy Returnal. And now you guys are calling Sony to get your money back. And guess what? Sony blocks you. These people are recommending these games to you. They're not talking about the true elephant in the room. And why is my game crashing while I'm playing it? Why is my PlayStation exploding while I'm playing it? Why is my game why is there screen tearing glitches? Like I said, I'm just creating a backlog here for Mr. Positivity here. Because I'm not fully ready to jump out of the window as of yet. Hold on. Said it on KF's this is kind of funny Gamecast during our review, but in my, you know what? Don't read that. Don't even read that. Let's just go straight to it. I'm guessing he's a participant on the Kind of Funny Games podcast. I don't watch Kind of Funny Games, and if you do, right? He's on there, and I want to get into this review with the kind of funny games. I don't like them. I don't respect their reviews. I think it's a clown and pony show over there, and they're constantly trying to sell you on some of the worst Sony exclusives known to man. I've lost hundreds of dollars because of the people that cast over there at Kind of Funny Games, and when that happens, I have no choice but to turn them off. But you got to see the egregious things that they're saying over there when it pertains to this game. You got to see the egregious thing. I know you're not watching the reviews; they're not a credible review site. Everything's just so happy-go-lucky. Everything, even though in their eyes everything looks so extremely demonic. What's funny, if you look at me, you can see a kind, gentle soul. But the words that are coming out of my mouth are coming from the Most High above. So it's very painful because it's the truth. And the truth is always a hard pill to swallow. If I sat here and lied to you, there would be over 1,000 people in this room. But the truth speakers are always going to be punished. Look at Jesus. They crucified him. So Lord knows what they're going to do to me. But the best way to defeat them is hitting that like button. Stupid.
Welcome back to the Kind of Funny
Why
Games.
is this guy talking about games? He's obviously not a gamer. I got to show the stream off. I'm sorry. I have to show you guys the stream. Why is this guy still working? They got rid of Colin Moriarty. Not that I like the Colin Moriarty, but why is he still there? He doesn't even play video games. He's getting slovenly. Oh God, there is nothing worse than these people when they're young. Oh, it's cute and cuddly, but when they get older, they turn into slobs, grotesque creatures. Here we go. Oh God. Hey, look at me. We got a cartoon of ourselves. We're gamers. And look at the chiptune music in the background. That obviously makes us gamers, right?
Welcome back to the Kind of Funny Games cast. As always, I'm Tim Geddes, joined by one of the coolest dudes in video games, Greg Miller.
Do I have pizza in my teeth?
Oh God. Oh my God. Why does this guy think he's so freaking funny? Who was the jackass that told Greg Miller he was funny? And then for the rest of his life, he just attempts to make these jokes. And they just do not land. They never land. The only reason he is allowed to do what he's doing because he was able to be on a platform like IGN. And I was able to garner some type of attention for him. Then he was able to branch off and create a pro Sony site. But if he didn't do a pro Sony site, even less people will be watching him. He has to cater to the Sony fanboys in order to get attention, and that's sad. I don't have one video on my channel catering to the Sony fanboys. And I still get views. And I do videos once every 3 years. And I'm naturally funny. I'm a naturally funny person. I don't have to sit there and come up with these wacky stunts. Watch how he does a joke and then nobody laughs. Watch. Jesus Christ, is there pizza in my teeth, man? What does he think? He thinks he's some type of... He still thinks he's in the 90s or something. Not the 90s, the early 2000s, like Jackass and all that weird comedy that was completely corny. What was his name? Al Green? What was that, Al Green? It was a lot of stupid stuff back in the days to come on MTV. You guys are too young to know. Oh, look at us. We're gamers, guys. Look at this.
Welcome back to the Kind of Funny Games cast. As always, I'm Tim Geddes, joined by one of the coolest dudes in video games, Greg Miller.
Do I have pizza?
Is his job to stroke the scrotum of Greg Miller? Is that why he's still there? One of the coolest dudes in gaming. Who does that? I would never, if I was doing a podcast and one of you guys were opening up the show, I would have never told you guys, hey, man, before we start the show, man, call me the coolest dude in gaming, man. Kiss my ass, dude. Please. If I was doing a podcast with somebody, I would like to start off the podcast with somebody cursing me out for 3 to 5 minutes. Wishing death upon me. Now that's how you start a podcast. Look at this. This is a clown and pony show, man. This is bullcrap, bro. This is insanity. This is what gaming has become in 2021. This is insanity, people.
Welcome back to the Kind of Funny Games cast. As always, I'm Tim Geddes, joined by one of the coolest dudes in video games, Greg Miller.
Do I have pizza in my teeth?
Look at this. And nobody laughs. Nobody laughs.
Looking good.
Because, right before this, I have some pizza. And here's the question. Tim, I know this is a big review, a big episode of the Gamescast, a big chance for us to bring in new listeners and viewers who don't care about us usually. It's a well-known thing at Kind of Funny.
Well, I'm glad. Okay, there's truth in jest. I'm glad he knows that. I'm glad he was able to admit that.
Favorite pizza in San Francisco is Señores. Did they ever do an ad commercial where they were like, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's Señores. Hey, everybody, it's me, Mr. Signore, and I think you should come eat at Señores down on whatever, 19th and Lincoln. Or whatever.
Oh, God.
I did sing that a lot. There was no commercial.
Can he?
Yeah, goodbye, guys. Love you. That voice you hear is the Nitro Rifle.
I'm still laughing at I want my host to be. I'm still laughing at what I said earlier. I'm laughing at my stuff more than his stuff. In order for me to get a chuckle, I got to think about some stuff I said. Somebody wishing death threats upon me when the show starts. Starring the guy that I want to kick his ass. You cheap bastard. And you're not that cute. Zombie 70.
Himself, Andy Cortez.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Who are these weirdos, man?
It is Christmas in June. Joey Noel.
Hello.
Oh, God.
Of course, we got the new face of video games, Blessing Adeoye Jr.
Think about how many people made a decision in the first 2 minutes of this episode.
Where are they finding these Negroes from? I've been living on this planet for over 30 years. I have never seen these Negroes. Where have they been hiding? Oh, giggling Negroes. I remember when the black man was the coolest man on the planet. And you mean to tell me I've never seen a Negro like this before in my entire life, and yet Greg Miller found him and put him on the show, and he's the black representation? Found them under a rock. Yeah, where did they find these giggling coons from? What the hell? That's somewhat embarrassing. I'm embarrassed to see this guy.
The Nitro Rifle himself, Andy Cortez.
Good afternoon, everybody.
It is Christmas in June. Joey Noel.
Hello.
Of course, we got the new face of video games, Blessing Adeoye Jr.
He's new.
Think about how many people made a decision in the first 2 minutes of this episode where they were like, okay, cool. I want to learn more about the new Ratchet and Clank game. And they heard Greg go through his rant, and they're like, no, this ain't for me. I'm going to go listen to Skill Up and talk about how he feels about the game. I don't need this kind of funny fools.
Up to have the best voice in the business, Paris Lilly, joining us for this review as well. Thank you for adding some quality to this content, Paris.
I will give Paris his props. I don't ever see him cooning or buffooning. Mr. Go Along to get along. I don't ever see him bucking his eyes. I don't ever see him biting in on a piece of chicken or anything like that. He promotes health and wealth. I'll give him props there, but I have my concerns that I will talk about in a later date. That the guy with the glasses is the black guy with the glasses is concerning me now.
I'm not sure if I'm going to add quality because originally I had a joke queued up about the quest for booty since we're talking about Ratchet and Clank, and I'm just going to skip it and just say quest for booty.
When you come on the Greg Miller show, you got to make some of the most childish jokes. Everybody on this panel is over the age of 40, and they got to make some of the most immature. Could you imagine? The quest for booty, man. Totally, man. The booty. What? What's going on? Is it just me, or am I just a little Aggie?
Yeah. That's all you need. That's the level of quality we're at. Because this is the Kind of Funny Games cast where each and every week we get together to talk about video games and all the things that we love about them. If you like that, you can get it on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames or roosterteeth.com. If you want the podcast version, just search your favorite podcast service for Kinda Funny Games cast, and we'll be right there for you. If you want to get the show ad-free with the exclusive post show, you can go to patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, just like our Patreon producers, Donovan Harkness, Omega3, Tyler Ross, Delaney Twinning, Julian Gluten.
We about to get in trouble, man. We about to get in trouble. F it. Let's go.
Free Gamer, James Hastings, Casey Andrew, and Elliot have done. Thank you all so very, very much. Today, we are brought to you by Purple, Upstart, and Candid, but I'll tell you about that later, because for now, I want to talk to you about something that was provided by PlayStation. Thank you very much, PlayStation, for sending us so many codes, all of us able to play Ratchet and Clank Ripped Apart on the PlayStation 5 computer entertainment system. This is our full review. We're going to start it by going around the group, talking about our history with the Ratchet and Clank franchise and how much we have played of Ratchet and Clank Ripped Apart. Blessing Adeoye Jr., let's start with you.
I guess that's the only way. I guess nobody noticed that, huh? They all got free codes. I guess getting on the internet and acting like a well over the age of 40 and acting like 11-year-olds, and even 11-year-old kids don't even act like that. I don't know who their channel is pandering to. They all look terrified for some strange reason. That's how you get free codes, and that's how you get that. That's where it is right there. In order to keep the free codes coming in, we got to sit here and
Yeah, I really, really like Ratchet and Clank, the series. I started with the first Ratchet and Clank on the PS2, and I've hopped in pretty much randomly into the franchise. I've not played every single Ratchet and Clank game, especially the PS3 ones. I've not touched the PS3 ones, and I still want to go back and do that at some point. But yeah, I've played some of the PS2 ones. I played the Ratchet and Clank remake. Really like all of the games. And then what was the last question about Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart?
And how much have you played of it, and what's your status
I've beaten it. I've beaten it. I've done some of the side stuff as well. I don't think I've 100%ed the game yet, but I'm on my way to doing that.
Greg Miller, PlayStation fanboy number one. What's your history with Ratchet and Clank?
It's scattered. You know, the one and only Janet Garcia, contributor over here with us in MinMax, she tweeted, today, I think, as we record this, about like, oh man, yeah, you're either a Jack fan or a Ratchet fan. And that was really the line in the sand. And so for the PS2 era, I was unabashedly a Jack and Daxter fanboy. Yeah, so thank you very much, Barry Courtney. I tinkered with Ratchet here and there. Like, I remember playing those games. Obviously, I remember loving the commercials and stuff like that. But I remember doing the original. I remember doing Going Commando, and then it's bouncing around. But then, really, I remember obviously starting at IGN in 2007, right? And that really obviously becoming my job. That was what size matters. And then on top of that, Secret Agent Clank. And then we get into these weird ones of Quest for Booty, the downloadable one only. Then you got All for One, so on and so forth. I would say from 2007, I played at least some of all of them. But Ratchet and Clank was always one of those games, I think, that I jumped into, fooled around for a while, and inevitably would move on to something else. I appreciated it. I liked it. I really dug A Crack in Time. But yeah, it wasn't something that was like a staple for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think Ratchet and Clank is one of those games that I think that, I really like all of them, but
And what
so
about?
so to answer your next part of the question, then for the new one, Rift Apart, right? I have platinum this game. I played a lot of this game, and I platinum Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Andy Cortez.
My history with Ratchet and Clank is like my history with a lot of games. I rented them as a kid. I never like bought them.
Nice.
Wait, how long did it take you though?
About like maybe 50 of the people are in this in Rift Apart, and as far as Rift Apart goes, I fucking marathon that shit over over the last like 36 hours and fully beat it.
Nice.
What is everybody shocked for? That's his job. Hey, you got to beat the game before we do the podcast in a couple of days. Whoa, oh my God, wow, you marathoned? Whoa, well, it really had you that hooked, man. Wow. They're even shocked. They're shocked. They're about to give the games 9 and 10s. They're going to call it the greatest game ever made. And they're going to, and then all of a sudden they're shocked. Whoa, wow. Nice. Totally nice, man.
How long did it take you though?
About like maybe 15 hours. I started like at 2 a.m.
15 hours. $70 for 15 hours. 15 hours is the introduction to a JRPG.
Saturday night. Played until like 6 a.m. And then I woke up like at 11:30 a.m. and then played last night until like midnight.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Joey, what about you?
Whoa.
So I played a little bit of the 2016 game when it first came out. Never finished it then.
You dropped it. I like women. Women will tell the truth. Played a little bit of that garbage, dropped it. It was trash.
We're going back to replay it on PS I Love You. I had already started to replay, so I made it all the way to
Went back and played it when it was free.
like the last boss fight, which is also where I made it to this time, where I'm just like, oh, this is hard and not as fun anymore. And then I stopped. But now that I know that I'm on the last boss fight for this one, I might actually go back and do it because I felt less defeated by this one. Like I know what I need to do, and it's just figuring out the right combination of things. So I'm close.
Mr. Parrott.
Games are so bad. These people are dropping it right. The final boss is supposed to be the most gratifying thing. They're just like, screw this game. This game ain't worth all the hustle.
Chris Lilly, what about you?
Yeah, for me,
Wait a minute. This guy, did he say how he liked the game? Because he was.
Yeah, I've been a Ratchet fanboy since day one. I remember I bought the game, the first one on PS2. The day
this guy even played video games. I remember he came out of the bag and was saying Uncharted 4 was the greatest game he ever played in his entire life. Never played anything this so great. This is, like literally the greatest game of all time.
Just like by fluke, because I was at Blockbuster and it was $40. I saw it just there, and they were just putting it in. I was like, I like my mascot characters. I'm probably gonna like this game. And oh my god, I fell in love with it. And since then, I've 100%ed or nearly 100%ed every single game. The only one I haven't played is Secret Agent Clank on PSP. Greg, I don't know if you could recommend that one or not.
You can go watch my review on IGN.com. I don't think you're missing much, sadly. Great idea, a little underbaked.
Yeah, and I love the PS2 games so much, but really the PS3 ones are where my heart is the most. Where both Tools of Destruction, especially Crack in Time, with Quest for Booty, kind of just as that fun little interlude between them. I love them so much. I remember just going in and fully decking out every single weapon, getting it to the top levels, all the stat boosts, like all that stuff. Like it was just such a fun, grindy game where I don't think there was platinums back then, but I would have got platinums for whatever I did there. And I can tell you now with Rift Apart, I not only platinumed it, I 100%ed the fucking hell out of this game. There's so much to do, and I did every single thing. I have every single weapon all the way upgraded. I have every single bolt. I have all the stuff, and I beat the game fully twice. Once in performance mode, and once in.
Why is everybody shocked? It's the greatest game of all time. 9s and 10s. Whoa! Does anybody even believe in the bull crap that's coming out of this guy's mouth? I got all the nuts and I got all the bolts and I played it twice, man. And does anybody believe in this garbage? Is it just me? Am I the only one that just can sense BS in the air? Wow. What? Everybody thinks this guy's a jackass. It's like, why did you play it twice? It wasn't that good. And notice all the keywords that they used to try to connect with gamers, and yet they're not connecting with anyone. Blockbuster, I got the platinum, I went to Pizza Hut, or got pizza, wherever it was called.
New game, the challenge mode is what they call New Game Plus.
You hate it.
With the RT performance mode. I very much do not hate this game. I enjoy it quite a bit, and I'm very excited to talk to you guys about it. But Greg, let's start with you. What did you think about Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart?
I adored it. I thought it was amazing. I think it's my favorite Ratchet and Clank to date. Again, I'd say I've played and finished, scattered throughout, and I think the early ones all run together for me. And then when you start getting to actually IGN and like Cracking Time, I remember, and then obviously we just did the book club for 2016. This game succeeds, I think, on every level that I want a Ratchet and Clank to succeed on. There's a few things it misses on, but most of the time they're not mandatory, so it wasn't the end of the world for me. I think the weapons are ingenious. I think the game is gorgeous, and I didn't even play it in the 60 frames mode. That got past shit after I'd already platinumed it. And I know you guys have experience with it, but the thing I kept marveling at is that every time I wasn't playing and I'd be watching a cutscene, no matter what was happening, I was like, if I screenshotted this right now.
Can you like really trust the platinum anymore now that Sony has this feature where they can play the game for you? Has that feature went through yet? I remember that. No, there is a feature where the game, you can press some type of call button. You call some type of jackass at the PlayStation Studios, and they kind of tell you what to do. Soon they're going to have it where they can take the controller out of your hand and they start playing the game for you. Did you guys hear about that? Did anybody hear about that? I'm sorry, I'm boring people because other people are talking. These people that get all these egregious views, they bore people. When I talk, I get about 2 or 3 views. People be locked to flip in, don't they? Something's not right. My channel's being tampered with. I can prove it.
I put this up as a background for my wallpaper on a computer. Like, I thought the game looks that good. Granted, that's a cutscene, but I'm talking about cinematography of it, the way it's shot, the way the characters are in the world, let alone the game itself being gorgeous and playing so well and being so tight. And then I was so into the story this time around. It's something I usually really like. I like in my games, and I think the combat.
So I'm gonna start it this way, and I don't think this is the craziest.
It's to go along to get along, right? Like I said, I'm keeping my antennas up when it comes to this guy. He's being promoted heavily through Sony and Microsoft. I saw him taking a picture with the big wigs. I ain't never in my entire life have I seen Sony and or Microsoft employees take pictures with black people in my entire life. So they have plans for him. He's doing something right. He's doing something that they like in order to be around them. Mr. Positivity. Go to his Twitter. He preaches positivity all the time. We're living in 2021. It's literally the end of the world as we know it. And he wants us to just walk around with a smile, put a smile on your face. Yeah. Check this out. They got plans for this guy.
Thing to say, but just how I feel right now.
I want to say some more things, but I can't say them now. I got to wait till later until I get some more evidence. I want to say some more.
This is absolutely the best game that I've played in 2021, without question. It's not even close, in my opinion. I will go as far as to say, if you look at the track record of Insomniac, the past 3 or 4 games that they put out, this feels like such a culmination of all of those efforts just put into one, to where I would damn near say they might be the best developer in the world right now.
Did y'all peep that? I tell you, they got plans for this guy. Pay attention to him. I need more records and information before I jump out of the window. Because it's going to get me in trouble. But let's hit that one more time.
I was able to play it in the performance RT right now. This is absolutely the best game that I've played in 2021, without question. It's not even close, in my opinion. I will go as far as to say, if you look at the track record of Insomniac, the past 3 or 4 games that they put out, this feels like such a culmination of all of those efforts just put into one, to where I would damn near say they might be the best developer in the world right now.
Y'all want me to jump out the window? Y'all want me to just go ahead and just get in trouble? I'm gonna get in trouble for this, man. You know why? Because I'm starting my own. Sorry, I'm moving the table real quick. My apologies. Because I'm starting my own thing. I'm starting my own websites. And I feel like, you know, the Most High is going to steer me in the right direction when it pertains to that. And I feel like one day I will be around these people. And do I mean that I'm going to get in trouble by some human beings? Yes. Okay. Does that mean anything to me? No. Because I know that I'm there because the Most High got me there. And at the end of the day, that's the only person that I want to appease. But like, what I'm going to say right now is going to be a little offensive because should I go there, guys? Should I don't know. Sometimes my mouth can get me into too much trouble. Okay, nobody said no. Nobody said go there. So school, we won't go there. We won't go there. We won't go there. So we don't do it. The chat room don't want you to do it, so don't do it. Let me look at the thumbs up. Maybe should I go there? Even the thumbs ups are pathetic. I'm not going there. Screw that. No. It's too late now. Yo, man, do it, man. No, it's too. I asked you guys, we got to go there. Now, when I say forget it, now nobody wants to go there. But what his comments are totally dangerous. His comments are completely dangerous. And to be going around and making those type of comments, and especially for a game that it's not going to sell, and not only that, it won't last past Saturday. So you have to be careful going out here and making those type of comments like that, especially when it pertains to Sony. Those are blank statements when it pertains to Sony. I wish he didn't say that, especially on this show right here. Okay, I would have accepted that you said that it was the best game that you played this year. I can accept that you said go buy Returnal, but to say that Insomniac is the best, that's completely insane, and it's downright disrespectful. I know developers out there that with less that are 10 times better than Insomniac. Till this day, Insomniac hasn't made a game that hasn't done anything to change the landscape of gaming like Zelda Breath of the Wild did, Witcher, Skyrim, Grand Theft Auto, Mario. I know more people that are willing to make farming simulators than make Ratchet and Clank clones. You're playing a game where you're literally strafing left and right and shooting and riding on a rail. Completely offensive, completely uncalled for. Insomniac is not even on people's top 100. If we were to literally sit down right now, all of us, and create a list of the top games developers out there, Insomniac wouldn't even make our list. Somebody would have to come out of the blue and say, hey, what about Insomniac? Oh, shoot, I forgot about Insomniac, right? Okay, let's go over their track history here. Okay, Ratchet and Clank, Sunset Overdrive, and a mediocre Spider-Man game, and then a Spider-Man DLC that we charged $60 for, and only did 600 units on its first month. And that was with the combined sales of the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. Complete insanity. When people say things like that, I'm starting to believe like this brother even first you done hyped up Returnal, now you're hyping up this is the greatest of all time. Do you play video games? Another email again with the hot comment. Another generic Sony third-person shooter is considered game of the year. Another one. This is getting out of control. Another Sony exclusive is considered to be the greatest. Meanwhile, in reality, none of these games are on anybody's radar. The only way that we pay attention to these things is because they got to use all types of shifty dealings for us to pay attention to it, like overrating the reviews with Ratchet and Clank, some type of LBGT agenda with The Last of Us 2, Black Lives Matter with Miles Morales, Horizon Zero Dawn and the fat face and sexism, God of War with attacking one of the staffs. Only way that Sony can get attention nowadays is if there's some type of agenda tied to it. Meanwhile, Zelda and Nintendo and Microsoft don't have to do any of that, and yet the people go and buy their games in bulk. Look at this. Bruh, Ratchet and Clank ripped apart is shorter than Returnal, and they are charging you $70. That's a problem. That is a problem. You said the guy who has only read Harry Potter and claims it's the best book ever made. I'm not going to go there, guys, but like I said, let's keep a small tab open for this guy. He is allowed to sit in the rooms with Phil Spencer. Let me see if I can find it. When I saw that, my antennas went up. My little antennas went up. Hold on. I'm going to get in trouble. He might block me. As he should. I'm a problem. Hold on. Let me find this and then let me get the hell out of here. I can't find him now. Okay, here he is. My antennas went up. I want to jump out of the window, guys, but I can't. But we will be keeping an eye on this guy. I ain't never seen black people around Sony or Microsoft. I think he's a cool guy. I'm not saying I don't like him. I just something's not right. Where is that picture at? I can't go through all these pictures, man. I can't do it. Something is not right. Uh-oh. I didn't see something concerning here. I didn't see something really. No, I can't do it. Okay, he's going to think I'm spreading negativity. Oh, no. Oh, no, honey. Yeah, I can't. Anyway. Yo! Oh, crap. We just got a donation, guys. I got to go back. I'm so sorry. Miggity Swiggity. Zelda team is the best developers in the game. You better believe it. There's so many developers out there that are 10 times better than Insomniac. Insomniac is it just seems like they always run this whole when it pertains to Insomniac and Ratchet and Clank. They not Sunset Overdrive. They didn't do it for that game. But when it pertains to Ratchet and Clank, they always got to run this whole campaign of Pixar, which looks nothing like Pixar. Oh, this is the best. What they did with their past games. They always do that. I noticed with their past games combined with this game, they really figured it out. And then you look at the game, you go, "What the hell? This is garbage." You play the game, you go, "What the hell is this?" Whoa, Snoopsy Snap! Oh, my boy is here. Wait from them to The Last of Us remake is trash. Why are they remaking The Last of Us? Sony, man. You know how Sony get down. At this point in time, I'm not even confused when it pertains to Sony. Sony can do anything, though, because they have that monster behind them. They got that monster behind them, and that is the gaming media. And they can come out and make some of the most egregious comments and get away with it because the majority of the gaming community consists of Sony fanboys. And I'm not talking about, we all know that Nintendo is the majority of the community. We know that. But I'm talking about when it comes to being vocal online, it's the Sony fans. You can't get away from a Sony fan. You try to get away from them, and they're always there. You're like, damn, don't you got some games to be playing? Why y'all always around? What are you doing here? Hey, Zobi, what's up? What are you doing here? Go play that Returnal. Nines and tens for Ratchet and Clank. I thought I've seen everything, but this right here really tips the scale. All right. I've taken your time up long enough. Let's see. We got a busy week, guys. We got a busy week this week. We already got the Ratchet and Clank 2. We already knew this was going to happen. We already knew this was going to happen. But we got a very busy week. What is it, Tuesday? The Ratchet and Crank scores. Wednesday, I don't think there's anything, but Thursday, Jeff Keighley will be throwing his pathetic display of a show. Remember, Jeff Keighley and Sony were the ones that came out and said that E3 was irrelevant. So Sony decided to open up their own thing, and Jeff Keighley decided to open up their own thing. And by all means, I have no problem with that. I respect going out and creating own. I really don't like the notion that we have to join others in order to make yourself credible. But just go and do your own thing. You don't have to downplay E3. E3 has been very pivotal in my childhood, and is one of the reasons why I love gaming to this day, even as an adult, is because of E3. On this channel for years, I've always said that I love E3 more than I love Christmas. And I thought that was incredibly disgusting that Jeff Keighley and Sony did that. Just go. If you're going to leave, just go. You don't got to bash E3. You don't got to bash the ESA. And now more people are looking forward to E3 than your garbage performance. Whatever the hell your garbage games you're going to be showing off. What you showed off last year was atrocious, and what you did with the Video Game Awards was embarrassing. You made me look bad. I can't even walk out in the streets anymore because people go, "Hey, man, ain't you a gamer?" Yeah. And they start laughing at me because of The Last of Us 2. Not only that, remember, Jeff Keighley and Sony were the ones that created the reports that Konami was the problem. I was the one to come out, and I was the one to expose that, but you guys called me trolls. You believed them. Now look where we're at. Thursday is Jeff Keighley's pathetic display of trying to recreate E3. He put out a series of tweets talking about, let me see if I can find it. How do you spell this guy's name? Put out a series of tweets. Oh my God, I'm so emotional right now, man. Oh my God. This is so sad. Please. You guys be on Twitter all day, man. I gotta go do all these daggone Twitter tweets to find y'all stuff. Oh my God, it's so emotional. I won't be able to spend time with my friends. You're a man in your 60s talking about friends? God, what is going on? Look at this. It's garbage. I know an actor when I see it. An emotional week ahead of me. For the first time in 25 years, I won't be an active part of E3. But I'm so excited and thankful for the opportunity to bring you year 2 of Summer Game Fest. Emotional for what? Change is difficult. It's never easy to start something new. But I would never waver in my commitment to deliver fan-first events. Fan-first events? Like you did The Last of Us 2? That represent our art form and the biggest, most powerful entertainment medium in the world. Ultimately, I hope next week brings you joy, excitement, and reverence, and for the power of the games to connect to all of us. I hopefully everyone. Oh, You can't make this stuff up. And yet these are the same guys that ran the toxic narrative that Konami was the problem and E3 was the problem. Just so that you can make your stupid game for Sony with Konami, and just so that people stop going to E3. So they try to create this negative stigma about it. Meanwhile, we are back at E3. And we are better than ever. I'll see you guys in a couple of days.